The last couple of months have been very hectic. I feel like summer is ongoing already since April, although it has officially started just a few weeks ago. The trips to Albania and Greece that we did in the beginning of the May, that kind of opened the summer season for me, honestly feel like they happened last year. I didn't even have time to sort out all the photos. At the beginning of this year, I started working on so many different projects at the same time and made for myself some high goals that I would like to achieve till the end of this year. All that combined made everything a bit stressful as well. But genuinely speaking, even though I feel overwhelmed from all these ideas and plans, I still feel much better while being kept busy with creating and being under a bit of time pressure than just getting lost in my thoughts and worrying about the future. Anyway, these cozy little day trips that I've been doing lately to Germany, when I finally take time for myself to read in the park, or draw in some cafe, or do a bit of sightseeing, are making me feel so happy and fulfilled. Also, they're very inspiring for filming. It is amazing how many beautiful small towns exist in our neighborhood, but we almost never consider visiting them because they don't sound so exciting. Over the last weekend, I went to visit by train a town near Nuremberg called Würzburg. Würzburg is a very well-known Bavarian town, especially unique for its Baroque and Rococo architecture, but particularly famous for the 18th century residence palace that you can see here in the background, but unfortunately it was not allowed to film or photograph inside. This main street that leads towards the fortress reminded me a bit of Switzerland because of all the trams passing by and flower decoration. But what I liked the most about this street was that it was closed for traffic, except for trams, so people could just spread and walk freely on the long, broad road. However, I didn't have a plan so much what to explore in Würzburg, beside visiting the main two sites, residence and fortress, so I just took any direction, and after some time I ended up in this really nice church called Neumünster. Later, I found this pleasant romantic looking garden, kind of a hidden gem of Würzburg. Okay, now on the way to the fortification. So, my idea was to squeeze and pass somehow between hundreds of tourists and get to the fortress up on the hill. That was, my friends, much easier said than done, especially with my enthusiasm for filming everything inspiring that I see on the way. The bridge that I had to pass is called Alte Mainbrücke, Old Main Bridge, and was built between 1473 and 1553. In the 18th century, 12 statues of saints and rowers were built on this 185-meter-long bridge. The river passing under this bridge is called Main, and maybe you heard about Main before, because it is the longest tributary of the river Rhine, one of the major European rivers that together with Danube connects the North Sea and Atlantic Ocean to the Black Sea thanks to the built canal called Rhine-Main-Danube Canal. After successfully managing to escape the crowd, I was on my way up on the hill towards the fortress. And the best part of exploring the towns with hills, especially during hot summer days like this one, is that you always get a free hard sweaty workout. You know, not to forget one of the oldest phrases ever for well-being, mens sana in corpore sano. And here we are, the fortress Marienberg. Originally, there was a Celtic castle located here. And in far 704 AD, the first Würzburg church was erected here. At the beginning of the 13th century, fortifications were built around the church, who continued to expand, especially during the Renaissance and Baroque periods. The view from up here is really worth a walk. I was actually hoping to get a shot of a sunset over the town, but the sun was unfortunately on the wrong side for my photo composition. When I went down from the fortress, the tourist crowd was still gathered on the bridge. So I went on the side of the bridge just to get a bit different perspective of it. But before I went back to the train station to catch my train back to Nuremberg, I realized I didn't have my traditional cappuccino. So I just chose a random cafe in the main pedestrian street. And what I can tell you about this coffee shop is that the decoration inside was much better than the coffee itself. You know, good brewed coffee is very important to me. It is part of my daily routine, and just the smell of it combined with a great book makes me very happy and satisfied. It is those little things, habits and moments in life that matter the most. But although the coffee was not the best coffee ever, I still had magical time in Würzburg. I hope, my friends, you enjoyed this short walk with me. Thank you for being here. Take care. Bye bye.